And I am giving thanks to every starseed, every light worker, and every wayshower who has ever lived in a human body or otherwise. I am here to do your work, and I thank you all for your continued energetic blessings and support. Greetings! I am Crispy Matters, and I am another you, because Een Lak'esh Alakin is a cosmic truth. I am another you. You are another me. We are one God-sciousness. And today I'm very excited to do this video for Mr. Neil Gaur, the father, the mother, the grandfather, the greatest grandmother, the wet nurse of Portal to Ascension. You know who I mean. He's the man. Neil, thank you so much for allowing me to make this video for you. I hope it clears up some of the things that may not have been so clear in that lengthy document I sent you. And what I'm going to do today is not give all of the key code phrases for each of your positions. I think I will do the 3 for your core self, and then just 1 for each of your guide positions, and because you do have the document, and I don't want to give too much TMI for every other viewer. So here we go. First of all, you, sir, are called Manifesting Starseed. What? Just hearing that should set your spider senses tingling. Yes, it does for me. Now, manifesting comes from tone 10. It's written horizontally and vertically, depending on the situation, or context, you might call it. And the 2 hands, this is 5, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 5. So 10 means manifesting. Mani, man mean mani, something about the hands, right? 2 of them, making, doing, getting both hands busy, as it were, and I know you are, and also making deals is a wonderful way to manifest, and just holding hands, like being good friends. And I would say that's true of you, even though I've never met you face to face yet so far. And then your glyph is the star seed. It is one of the most beautiful, if not just the most iconically, classically beautiful. Now, you happen to be called Een 88, and that's because your birthday is the 88th Een of the 260 Een. Now that word Een means each individual human being. It means each day in existence. This is just a fractal of all of them. And it also means the sun. They call our sun Een Ahau. And you could just call it Een. But that would be a little bit too informal, because the Maya know that our sun is a fractal of the Hunab-Ku, the great central sun and black hole at the epicenter of the omniverse, the maker and modeler of all things physical and non-physical, the heart of earth, the heart of sky, heart of humanity, Hunab-Ku. Now, where was I? All right, so your core self, this is me, but your core self is like here, yes, good, and here are the 3 high vibration code phrases that came through me for you. Collaborative harmony, abundance on the middle path, rational compassion. Now, there's about 130 possible combinations of key code words from tone 10. There's about 13 of those. And for your glyph, starseed, another approximately 15 key code words. So if you look at all the possible combinations, it's a lot. And I do look at them all, and I choose 3 for each person. Now, your glyph is that beautiful shape. And actually, I went out looking for a shirt to buy for this video yesterday, and oh my goodness, look what came through here. Maybe I should mail you this shirt. I think you need this shirt, so just go look for this pattern. I will mail it to you if you want, though. All right, you have to trade me, though. So, where was I? A little bit of soul-splaining here. Obviously, collaborative comes from your tone 10, and harmony is a major energy of the starseed glyph, partly because of that shape is so perfect, and it's the 8th glyph out of 20, and it's got that 4 points of the star, and then it's got 4 more stars, and that equals 8. So there's an 8 and an 8. You are also Keen 88. So 8 is a massively powerful number for you. And tone 8 of these tones, which I will explain later, here's you on tone 10, but tone 8 is called harmonizing. So that number 8 for the Maya is very harmonic. So collaborative harmony is something I feel is probably very important to you. It probably has been all along, or especially since you created the portal to Ascension. Now, tone 10 definitely means manifesting, and that definitely means abundance. And one of the key points about tone 10 is there is this middle path here. And as long as you don't stray too far on either direction, meaning get distracted by whatever, your abundance is guaranteed. So the middle path, abundance, leads to abundance for you. Now, the last key code phrase is rational compassion. And again, there's that rationality that comes through from your glyph being such the iconic shape. Again, it is so rational and so logical. Now, compassion, where does that come from? The heart. And now we need to look at this. This again came through as a vision one day. I knew since about the year 2000, when I bought this book. I actually bought this book in Mexico in 1999. And in this book, Een Lak'esh explains that the Maya knew about the chakras, and they knew about Kundalini, pre-conquest. And then, as you probably know, the conquistadores chocolate, because they actually stole chocolate also, or cacao, and took it to Europe. That's why the whole rest of the world loves chocolate. I'm distracting myself here with my own stories. Focus! This came through. And you, sir, directly connected to the fourth chakra. We're also going to talk about tone 4 in a little while. So that's where your compassion comes from. Your tone 10, manifesting, is directly connected to the heart chakra. And here's another thing about your glyph. And all of the yellow glyphs, by the way, there's 5 yellows, 5 reds, 5 whites, and 5 blues. Some regions use the color black for these. I make sure that I have enough black in them to honor that. But back to yellow. Yellow means the element of fire, and it means the thinking body. So it is your natural state to process. It's your primary processing modality is the thinking body. Myself, I am blue, I am the eagle, and I am very emotionally based. I process through emotions first. Now, of course, we do have all 4 bodies, all 4 directions, all 4 colors, all 4 elements, all 4 times of the day. Your time is noon. I'm sunset. Now, I will explain that a little bit later in this video as we come to it, and it's also in your document. And I call this the step families, and that stands for spiritual, being all of the white glyphs. Thinking, being you yellow people. Emotional is the blue and black, and then P is physical, step family. Isn't that clever? So we all have a step family that directly connects us to the 4 elements, 4 directions, 4 colors, and the 4 bodies. One of the things I always tell my clients is other people who have their same Mayan birthday. I do this for inspirational purposes, educational, instructional, instructural, I like that. Occasionally it's cautionary, as in be careful, but usually it's more like be like that, do that. And for you, Neil, there are 2 people who have your exact same Mayan birthday. One of them is Kate Winslet, and I find that interesting. The other one is Elon Musk. Whoa, talk about a manifesting starseed. Okay, so I'm going to let you decide how you want to process that energy, but I'm telling you, this stuff comes straight from the Hunabku and also the Pleiades. The Mayan calendar actually came from the Pleiades, which I will illustrate, I should say, I will soul-splain in the Pleiadian Conference on Portal to Ascension on June 29th. And thank you so much for inviting me to present. Oh, that just gave me the... Yes. And it blows my mind that day is called Transcending Starseed. So, now I'm going to explain your 4 guides. And this happened to me in a meditation one day about, what year is it now? About 7 years ago. And it blew me away because this is not the way the Maya teach it, all right? They use this kind of system and this kind of system, and both of those are fine, but if you look at just these patterns, it doesn't really show you the actual Tzolk'in. But I was meditating at home, trying to grok the pattern according to the way that the Maya teach it, and blammo, this came through. I physically felt my right hand being gripped by my divine masculine guide. And these terms came through much later. It didn't tell me that. And my left hand was gently caressed or being caressed or both by my divine feminine. I was initially like, what? Here, and then my mind went over here to my past wisdom guide, and then my mind went to my left hand, and then it went to my future vision guide. And the whole thing lasted 1 second or less. It was just a jolt and a bolt, and it freaked me out because I am not a visually oriented meditator whatsoever. Anyway, enough about me. Now, after I drew this out, and it wasn't for over a year until I actually drew it out and started looking at the patterns, that's when I realized I wish I had 2 arms. And so I thought, okay, sure, why not? Let's be playful. And I started grokking the other patterns within this. So you were born on tone 10. I like to say born standing upon tone 10 and your glyph of the starseed. So here's the pattern. It's so amazingly simple. For your past wisdom guide tone, you add 5 to 10. And in the Mayan system of 13 tones, you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 2. It's a little easier if you just go 10, 11, 12, 13, 1, 2. So your past wisdom guide tone is 2. Then 3, divine feminine. 4, divine masculine. And guess what your future vision guide is? Yes, you guessed it, 5. So everyone who's born on tone 10 has 2, 3, 4, 5. It's that simple. And if you want to call them out, you would say everyone who's born on manifesting has pairing, activating, stabilizing, and empowering as their tonal of their guides. Now, to do the glyphs for each position, you really have to know the Wheel of 20. And here you would be here. And so you just have to count back 8 for here, 6 for here, and then from your birthday you count forward 6 for the divine feminine and 8. So it's pretty simple. And because you are the 8th glyph, that means here is the 20th glyph, which is ahau, which is the solar chief. Now, do you remember the tonal? This is called your Nawal. Nawal or Nagual, I think the pronunciation is Nawal, is closest to the original Mayan. So your tonal here was pairing, and I call this glyph Solar Chief. So for your past wisdom guide, you have pairing Solar Chief. Now here is just one high vibration code phrase for pairing Solar Chief. Authentic intimacy. So authenticity coming from ahau, the Solar Chief, and intimacy coming from tone 2, which you might have already guessed. That's why it's orange. Yes, the sacral chakra. Now, wouldn't you like to know who your birthday exemplars are for your past wisdom guide? Now, this position, it's called past wisdom. And basically it refers to the first 13 years of your life. Basically, anything you learned from your parents, your grandparents, things that went into building your foundation of who you are. It also means what you can learn from any ancient culture, for example. I know that's been fascinating for you for your whole life. And here's the point. even though it's called a past wisdom guide, it never goes away. It's always with you. These, we call them guides, but the phrase Een Lak'esh Alakin really means that they are all a part of you. And I do tell my clients the people who have those birthdays in all of their positions. Because at the highest level, we are all one. And these positions are just showing you more of who you are. They're not other people. Other people do have their birthdays on those days. It's 6 days before you, 8 days before your Mayan birthday, 6 days after, 8 days after. Lots of people, actually about 30 million, have Mayan birthdays. If you divide 8 billion by 260, it comes out to about 30 million. So I could be talking to 30 million people right now who have the exact same birthday as you, Neil. However, the high vibration codes that come through are strictly for you. So therefore I can say no two human beings have the exact same Mayan embodiment. Astrology. All right, it's not really astrology. It's DNA-ology, and it's also a precession of the equinox-ology, and it's your Pleiadian embodiment. Am I going too far over? Yeah, okay, bring it back in. So, here are the 4 people who are your past wisdom guide exemplars that might help you bring more focus into your core self. Rachel Carson, Herman Hesse, Owen Barfield, and William Blake. So definitely some high vibration people there. That glyph of aHau is the hunter's mask. The position is a blowgun, which is a huge part of the Mayan hunting history. So think about those, incorporate them as you will. Now, tone 2 of the 20th glyph moves across to tone 3 of the 14th glyph. You are 8 plus 6 is 14. The 14th glyph is called Ish. Tone 3 is called Osh. So Osh, Ish. And I should tell you, this is Ka aHau. And your core self is called Lahun Lamat. It's kind of cool. Lahun Lamat. Oh, very nice. Keen 88. Lahun Lamat. So, before I tell you your high vibration code phrase, let's look at your exemplars for your Divine Feminine Guide, shall we? It's incredible to me that one of the most powerful and important books ever written in the 20th century, Silent Spring by Rachel Carlson, is your past wisdom guide. Your Divine Feminine Guide is Barbara McClintock, who was the first woman to receive a Nobel Prize for her genetics work, primarily with corn. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. And wait, there's more. One more person is your Divine Feminine Guide, Admiral Adam Apollo. And I'm not joking. This is incredible. Now, I have to explain something else. Whoever is your Divine Feminine Guide, you are their Divine Masculine Guide. Do you see the intelligence that's woven into the Tzolk'in? Oh my goodness. This comes from the highest. All right? whomever is your divine feminine guide, you are their divine masculine guide. So that means Adam Apollo is looking to you, Neil, for some type of masculine energy. So some type of Adam's outer face, his yang energy, can learn from you. Adam has manifesting starseed as his divine masculine guide. And you, Neil, can learn something about your inner self from Adam. Activating Jaguar Shaman. Now here is just one little tiny phrase that might help you. Psychic femininity. Do I have to keep telling you I'm a feeler? Every time I do a reading for somebody, I'm sitting here at this desk. I do the ceremony before I start, and I cry so many times when I'm doing this work for people because it just comes through me and I feel it's so real. This is so real, my friends. Oh boy, okay. So yeah, undeniably synchronistic connection there for you two. Now, tone 3, sliding across to tone 4. I don't know if I need to remind you that that white, okay. Tone 10 and tone 4 are the heart chakra. So, your divine masculine guide is called stabilizing breath. Now to the Maya, breath means spiritual communication. Wow, so you've got stabilizing spiritual communication as your divine masculine guide. Boy, did you ever choose the right day to be born. Holy moly, it's incredible. The glyph, okay, so this is called Khan, and the glyph is called Ik, your divine masculine guide. It's Khan, Ik. Now, the glyph also represents the wind god called Hun-Rakan. That's one of the few Mayan words, maybe the only other than chocolate, which made it into the English language as hurricane. Well, it's Hun-Rakan. That is your divine masculine guide. So you have that power. And the day that I heard you chanting the Gayatri mantra, my mind went immediately to your do more of that. You will be activating your divine masculine powers. Now, here's a little bit more that might help you. You have 4 extremely powerful divine masculine guide exemplars. Howard Hughes, Michael Pollan, Alberto Villoldo, and Michael Jackson. Oh, what? Oh my goodness. So, the more you do that, the more you are activating your divine masculine powers, and maybe combine that with the Gayatri mantra. Maybe not. No, in fact, don't do that. But you have something to learn from Michael and the other 3 to fully embody your divine masculinity. I have so much fun doing this. It's really, oh boy. Right. So here's just one high vibration code phrase that might help you do that. Breath work with healthy boundaries. Wow. Tone 4, healthy boundaries. And of course, breath work. So I'm just leaving that for you, man. Now, where were we? 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is the one hand. 5 is called empowering. You are the 8th glyph. 8 plus 8 is the 16th glyph called Wise One. Your future vision guide is empowering Wise One. Again, kapwa. Now, I need to say that the more I do these Mayan embodiment readings for people, the more I find that people who are actually embodying their highest vibration lives are doing all of these. They bring it all in, and that's what it means. What I help people do is clear up the blockages in each of these positions to bring them into a highly functioning core self. And you're already doing it, Mr. Man. So, PTA, oh my goodness. You know what? Do you have a date when you started PTA? Let's find out. Come on, that's what this is for. Synchronicities reveal themselves through the Divine Mayan Tzolk. All right? This is a cosmic map that reveals synchronicity. So now I'm going to reveal your exemplars, people who can help you become a more empowering wise one than you actually are. Now here's where it's going 2 notches deeper. You have Pablo Picasso, Chris Rock, and Robert Edward Grant. What? Oh my, this is like, so, oh, amazing. Just want to point out one other thing here. For your Divine Feminine, you walk 6 steps forward into the future from your birth glyph. And your future vision guide, 8 steps forward. This means you're going with your left hand into your right mind. So Picasso is there, Chris Rock is there, and Robert Grant. All right, one little phrase that might help nudge things further along. The phrase that came through for me is radiating forgiveness. The glyph of the wise one, pretty much the most high vibration key code phrase, word, is forgiveness. Tone 5 has this radiant quality, much like your own glyph of starseed. Radiating forgiveness is just one of your high vibe codes for this position. Bring that in. It's maybe the most important message we have. And yes, it came through from here. You might want to give those a look. All right, now I'm going to quickly explain 2 more elements for you. One of them is your step family, as I mentioned before. So your connection to your physical body and your emotional body are the 3rd and 13th glyph. you being the 8th, you're across from the 18th, and you have dusk and corn. Now, dusk is your connection to emotions, and dusk is all about dreams and lucid dreams and these other key code words. And corn is pretty much the most masculine of the glyphs, interestingly enough. I forgot to mention that the jaguar shaman is one of the most feminine glyphs. There's only one other glyph that's slightly more feminine than the jaguar shaman. And, you know, to be perfectly honest, which is the only way I play, Adam feels to me quite feminine, despite all his amazing masculinity. I get a feminine vibe from him. Perhaps that's because I know the jaguar shaman is also deeply feminine. Just saying. That's how Crispy roll. And I take deep pride in my femininity and my divine feminine powers. By the way, as we all should, all human beings have divine feminine and divine masculine. That's what this is here to prove, to show, to illustrate. That's what this is here for, to help every single human being who uses it embody their divine femininity and divine masculinity. Because the Creator is both. We've been sold a lie for thousands of years that God is an old man with an old beard sitting on an old throne, and he's quite angry, actually. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. The Hunab-Ku, or God-sciousness, is divine feminine and divine masculine in perfect harmony, of course. So, for you, sir, and anyone born on the 8th glyph of starseed, I know it's really hard to get out of the head, but here's how you do it. Into the body, you want to get into the body, go in the garden. Corn represents planting all of those plants that grow straight up, like corn, sugarcane, reeds, which the Maya weave, current, present tense, weave into numerous things used around the home, and bamboo used around the home. So go for a walk in the bamboo groves, my friend. Plant some plants. Plant anything. Have a small garden, even if it's on your balcony. I know you moved recently and I'm not sure about your living situation. Even if you just have plants on the balcony in pots. Wonderful. You need to get into your body through nature, through plants. Go for walks, like I said, in nature. Barefoot. Aye? Barefoot. Woo! That was dangerous and completely unnecessary. I do that a lot. Barefooting. Grounding. All right. So, last piece of the puzzle is called the pulse wave in which you were born. We already know you're the 10th day, and every pulse wave starts with tone 1, of course, and your pulse wave in which you were born is the only other most divinely feminine glyph, more than jaguar shaman, and it is called rainstorm. So here's a little bit about that. So the way that your birth position works is basically after you have incorporated, which you are doing, as I have said, after you have taken care of business with those other dramas, you begin to teach the lessons taught to you by the tone 1 of your pulse wave. So all of those qualities will gradually become part of your message. I think it's fascinating that cacao is woven into this. As far as I know, at this point in time, I'm the only one to include the word cacao and cacao ceremonies with this glyph. And I think that's going to change. I think more and more people will begin to grok the fact that this one glyph must have a explicit connection to cacao, of course. So there you have it. That's a lot, I know. And again, just read the doc for further explanations, or of course, we'll do what we got to do. It is my job, it is my passion, it is my pleasure, it is my purpose in life to soul-splain your Mayan embodiment to you. It might just be the most empowering thing you can ever do for yourself. Een Lak'esh, Namaste.